Good morning. This is CeoTrades. Today is Friday, May 14th, 9:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we're looking at some stocks and cryptocurrencies to seeing which way are they headed. Most likely we're in the towards the end of this downturn with the markets, but we don't have great news yet, so we don't know. We're only taking some assumptions because there are certain speculations that the market is has reached the bottom because of major players talking about it. So here we go. Let's look at some of these. Now, before we go into it, let's look at all the uh, coin plays that are on the stock market. MSTR had a huge drop from, I believe it was 1,000 all the way to 478, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but you can see here it was at 720 back on April 16th, and it's dropped to 478. And now it looks like it has a little bit of an upturn here. We're hoping it holds. It's not much strength. I could tell right there. There's not much strength. There are 22,000 shares traded so far. So I don't see it trading as much. Here's coin. You can see coin. This is from yesterday to today. Now that looks like it has much more strength, and it was at 247 yesterday again. So it hit 250, went up to 300, back down to 247. So we're looking at, this is the resistance right here, 307, 300. You could even say 300 because a lot of people like even numbers. And 250 pretty much is the low. That's amazing. I'd say that this is a good buy, even to hold up to 300. Coin. I'm not going to purchase into this one. I don't particularly like it yet. However, this is a long-term hold. Coin, we expect a lot of news to come out in reference to this stock and in reference to the coin industry, because they have their own software, and they're looking to get legalized in many states. Here's another one. Let's see, Mara and Riot, which are the main movers. Mara had also an upward turn. You see all these stocks that have very similar moves. It's amazing. This is pre-market. In the next 15 minutes as it opens, we're hoping it maintains that. Usually it might drop at the beginning, and if it drops, then hopefully it'll go up at least to 22 to 25 range. That's what we're hoping. Riot as well, very similar move. You can see that very similar move as well. Right now it's at 24. Expect this one, hopefully it'll go up to 25 or 26 today, but it's going to drop a bit, and then you should be able to dip by for a good chance to go on a longer term. Let me see here what else is moving. Yesterday we looked at Jetblue. Jetblue I like for the long term. It was at 18 lows 2 days ago, and now it's at 19. It's been pretty close to consolidating level. It started out at 18.6. It finished at 18.9. So it's about 30-cent gain, and it's above that now. It's another 40-cent gain. Sorry, 10-cent gain. I like JetBlue for the long term. As I said, I'd like to see it go to 24 or 25. That I'm holding it. I haven't invested in it. Plug is making a big move. Yay, whoopee. It's up to 25. I'm hoping it gets to 50 to $60 range. As you can see, I'm down $13,000 right here, but I am holding it because when I entered, I believe in Plug. I saw it go down. I should have dropped out. I could have placed a stop loss to make it easier for me, but I did not do that. Norwegian Cruise Lines is a good buy. It's at 26 right now. You can see it has support right here at this level at the $26 range, $25 range. It went up to 33, down to 25, up to 32, down to 26. So you expect it to move again pretty much to hit to the $32 range. So it's a good buy right now, and I recommend that you make an investment on it. V-Ray, I like V-Ray. It has good news. You can see it has a gap up, and this gap up is going to continue an upward trend. This stock is rated at like $7 a share, and I expect it to go way up further. Let's see here. MSTR, we already looked at that. This is where it was at 1,300. Actually, it was now at 1,000, and it went down to 488. Is this a good buy? I mean, Catching the bottom is hard, but I mean, it's already dropped what, 60% this stock, or more. 60 times 4. Yep, it's dropped a lot. It's dropped a lot. I even dare to say 80% drop. That's what happens. I know that MicroStrategy invested. I believe they bought at least 1,000 Bitcoin somewhere a few days ago. 100,000. Sorry, 100,000 Bitcoin. Um, so now, as actually it says here, MicroStrategy now owns 91,850 Bitcoin after revealing new purchase. Unbelievable, right? Now, what's happening in this crypto space? Let's take a look a little bit at the news. Just give me a second here as we get ready to look at this information. So there are a lot of companies out there who are furious with Bitcoin because a lot of people are not investing in their companies. There are also people who don't want to work anymore, that companies are starting to raise rates. That's good. That's very good that people get raises, because getting the lowest rate is not great. So there's a demand for goods and services outstripping supply, pressuring consumer prices, hiring plans, and the ability of all kinds of business to meet demand. And with the biggest challenges today coming in the labor market, employers are faced with two choices: try to operate understaffed, or ramp up pay to get more workers in the door. That's amazing, and I'm all for it. Let's get these workers paid some more. Here's more news. Stocks are looking up at the end of the volatile week for both equities and cryptocurrencies. Keeping the news flow going on the latter was another tweet from Tesla boss Elon Musk that has sent a popular meme coin surging. That brings us to our call of the day from Nordia Investment Senior Macro Strategist Sebastian Gailey, who suggests that instead of wondering whether cryptocurrency like Bitcoin could tumble to zero, investors should ask, what comes next? This is from Market Watch, by the way. I forgot to share that. Let me just share. Let's see if I think it's right here. Yeah, this is the article. So there you have it. Um, and in reference to other news in the market, I tend to believe that Bitcoin in the long run, it's going to go up. It will go up. It's the main coin. I don't trust the hype of these corporations or these individual billionaires who like to invest. I believe in the long term investor. But at the same time, let's just look at some of these crypto plays right here. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, wow, it had a gap down and now it's consolidating right in this area, but expected. Bitcoin has dropped 50 to 70%, I believe, at least 13 to 15 times since it started. Now, the whole stock market has dropped that amount within what, the last, since it started, what, 100, 200 years ago, or at least 100 years ago. What am I trying to say? You can make money in Bitcoin. However, if you're just going to park it and not watch where it's headed, then you might lose some. Or if you keep holding it, even if it's dipping, because it's a safer place to park your money, why not? You know, Bitcoin has gained $1,100 overnight. You can see right here was a 47,000, and here it's a 50,000. So even more than that, closer to 3,000. Probably since this morning, yeah, it gained over what, 1,100 since this morning. At normally at 4 in the morning is when they measure, but at this crypto, I think it's being measured like at 1 in the morning right here. Until now, it's gained 1,100. Ethereum, Ethereum had a gap up and it's consolidating in this area. You see, it started out here with the gap up 3,911, and it's still at 4,000. It's not much of a difference. It's a little higher. It did get its high at 43.67, and I expect this to go up more. Usually, Ethereum and all the other coins follow. So if this has a gap down, just like this has here, this is up. And if it has the same thing going down here, it's because Bitcoin is doing it as well. However, I believe that in the end, in the near future, things are going to go on a tangent. Ethereum is going to go one way, Bitcoin is going to go another. However, they're both going to go in the positive direction. Do not despair. That's going to happen. Let's see if we can look at one other application here where I can show you some of the cryptos that are happening right now. Give me a second. I've got to share my screen. Sorry. Getting there. Here we go. Okay, so these are the 24-hour change. You see Dogecoin yesterday, I alerted that it's going to go up. This is 2 days in a row, 36%, 30%. Ethereum Classic, 24%. But not only that, look at the amount of volume that's moved on Dogecoin, 31.7 billion traded compared to 15.5 billion on Ethereum. That means that Doge has traded more than double what Ethereum has traded, and it's number four, rated number four on the crypto. Now Ethereum, this is ETC. It almost tricked me as well. So let's look for the regular Ethereum. It should come up somewhere in here. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me just put these in the right. Here we go. So this one, Ethereum traded 3.4, almost what 10 times less than Dogecoin, 31.7 billion. Wait, sorry. Ethereum traded 3.4 trillion, so it's way ahead of Dogecoin. I'm sorry that with all the information in here, kind of get a little bit excited. You can follow the actual trading habits by these two numbers here. The volume and the market cap say a lot about coins. Dogecoin is rated number 4. Binance coin rated number 3. Ethereum rated number 2. And Bitcoin rated number 1. Binance is one of the heavily used applications, which is not accepted in New York, and I can't use it. So be aware of that. Now, these are the top exchanges. Binance, obviously, that's why they're getting ahead. And Binance is really good. I used to be able to use it until whatever lawsuit happened. Now they're taken away. Huboy Global, I have not used that. I use Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro used to be further down. I think it used to be 7 or 10. And look at it. It's number 3 now. Coinbase Pro is making the moves. It's going to catch up. Don't be surprised if it's going to be it's going to stay in the 2 or the number 3 spot, because Coinbase Pro is easy to use. It's going to be accepting many, many more coins as we get onto it. I know that Gemini has jumped on the bandwagon, although they're number 11 here, but they are also one of those applications that's easier to use. Bittrex is mentioned a lot. Qcoin, I've started to look into. I have it, but I haven't invested in it. Bitfinex, I've heard of a lot. Binance US, which is what I should be able to use, but I'm unable because I'm in New York again. So that's it for today. What I recommend is concentrate on very few apps, maybe 3 to start if you're just getting started. I like this app. This is why, because if I look at, let's say, Bitcoin, it gives me not only a chart. I don't like this line chart, so you just go here and change it. Right now you can see a much better view of that. And you can compare it to Bitcoin. You can compare it to Ethereum. You see the color change, and you can see the difference as compared to each one, right? But not only that, it gives you a description of what Bitcoin is and so on. The same with the other stocks. And if there is news, it'll give you news right here. This is why I like CoinStats. CoinStats, you can invest. You cannot invest in this app. This is just to bring all your crypto apps together. And that's how I do it. I have it on the portfolio. I have the live prices here, which is what we were looking at earlier. Then if you have your favorites, you can put that these are your favorite coins. These are some of the ones that I've been looking at: Wow, Narrow, Monero, Bitcoin Nexo, Bitcoin Confidential, DeFinance coins. So there they are. And as you get used to and aware of seeing these heat map, I like to see the heat map because it shows the direction of the overall market. Yesterday was all red. Now it's all green. It just means it's in a positive direction. I believe that the stock market as well is going to be going in a positive direction very shortly, probably next week or maybe after Memorial Day. A lot of companies are fed up with Bitcoin taking away all their funds. And some companies are starting to even invest in coins. And that's the reality. So that's it for your wrap today. This is CEO Trades, where money works for you. If you are an investor, make sure you invest in your knowledge account, because if you invest in your knowledge account, guess what? Your money account will grow multiplied. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy. And you can follow these coins throughout the weekend as they go nonstop 24 hours a day. Take care.